at the mountaintop. Joe Flacco will have to watch as the 22-year-old quarterback goes back to operate. Riley Patterson will send it away to Dameon Pierce to start this second half here in Houston.
Now we'll see what kind of answers they have defensively for the Browns.
Get set for the third quarter. We go down to Catherine Tappan.
Well, guys, D'Amico Ryans was absolutely fired up going into the half. He said C.J. Stroud has been outstanding, just awesome. There is no moment too big for him. He said defensively, we have to continue to do our job. Don't give up those big explosive plays. And if we do, we have a huge opportunity to win this game. As for Kevin Stefanski, he told me his group just gave up too many of those big plays. He said this group has been down before in games, and I told the guys just focus on one play at a time. He said, I like our defense with a chance to defend here to start the half, guys.
Yeah, KT, I loved what he said. He said, I wouldn't have wished all the injuries we've had on anybody, but I'm glad in some ways it's happened because it's forced us to improve all around, and we have certainly come over and gotten over a lot of adversity. He feels just being battle-tested coming out of their division as well, a division that has sent 3 teams to the postseason this year with Pittsburgh getting in as well. So we'll see what this defense can come up with. It's been the backbone of their team all year long.
Well, they got a nice play from their leader, Myles Garrett, on that first down play against the run. Everybody thinks about Myles as a pass rusher, but did a really nice job defending the run on that play for no yardage.
Couple extra offensive linemen, the 2 tight ends on the end there on this second down and 10. Stroud gets rid of it quickly. Mechie on the outside. He's had a solid role so far in this game and burst forward for the first down.
Well, they continue to do what they've had success with all through the first half. C.J. Stroud, they've done a nice job of isolating their targets against safeties or the slot corner in Newsome. They have not attacked Denzel Ward very much or Emerson, but they've done a nice job of working on the other defenders in that secondary for Cleveland.
There's Bobby Slowick, offensive coordinator in his first season, just 36 years old, a hot head coaching name right now for a number of those jobs that are open. Already has been requested by several teams around the league as Singletary gets another touch on the outside. You had a chance to talk to Slowick. He's an impressive young man. He's been a part, obviously, of that Shanahan coaching tree all the way back to Washington, that crazy staff with these outstanding head coaches now in the NFL, but it feels like he's next up.
Yeah, it does, and he's on that fast track. He really enjoyed talking to him. When he first went to Washington with Mike Shanahan, Mike put him on the defensive side of the ball as a defensive quality control guy. He wanted to coach offense, and Mike Shanahan convinced him, hey, look, if you want to be a great offensive coach, get a significant understanding of defense first. So he spent several years on the defense. Then he goes to San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan, and Kyle says, okay, now it's time to come back on the offensive side.
Stroud felt the pressure, just got rid of it. Hutchinson, and that was similar. It wasn't quite as spectacular as the play made in the fourth quarter last week against Indianapolis, but feeling that rush, just kind of dump it away and get it over the top of the defense.
It's kind of like the fadeaway jump shot here, right? I mean, he knows pressure's coming. Taki's got a beat on him, and he just flicks it out. He's not throwing it away. He's just giving his guy a chance to make a play on the ball. It's not a big gain, but it's a significant play to avoid a loss of yardage situation. And
set up 3rd down and 3 on this opening drive in the third quarter. Stroud already over 250 yards passing.
In 3rd and 3, you don't have to hold the ball as long as 3rd and 8 or 9.
Stroud over the middle, short, and it's well short. Collins got hit immediately by who else but J.O.K.
Yeah, just such a smart player. Now watch him. He's just going to kind of sit in here and then read the routes and picks up the crossing route on the backside. Emerson's got him in man-to-man, number 23. But J.O.K. is just kind of playing underneath and reads the route and steps in for the nice play.
So Cameron Johnston will come back on. Prochet back to return. And a nice stop, nice stand by this Cleveland defense to start the second half. Gets rid of it. There was a lot of contact on the line. The flag does come in, and we'll see what this is as Prochet calls for the fair catch at the 15-yard line. It is a 43-yard boot as it stands.
I think Owusu Koromoa got held on the play. He was rushing the punter. He wasn't really close to getting a block, but he got spun around. I think that's what the flag is going to be.
Extended discussion. See number 6 coming off the edge there, and Agumbawale, he almost got bull rushed and had no choice of just how his body turned. Let's hear it. Oh, we've got 2 penalties. So we'll see what they eventually do.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Illegal formation by Cleveland for covering the center. Holding. Houston number 33. Cleveland has elected to replay 4th down at the previous spot.
So they'll likely re-kick it, and the Browns hoping they can get better field position than the 15-yard line.
Well, the Browns defense did exactly what Kevin Stefanski talked to KT about, getting a defensive stop on the first possession. Joe Flacco had a good half, 15 of 19, 172 yards and a touchdown. But they have had a hard time keeping up with this Houston Texans offense so far.
So they'll line up to re-kick it. Prochet has been dangerous, finding them seams, finding the holes. See if he can make his mark. And another whistle. More flags.
False start. Offense number 53. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Blake Cashman.
The last time these teams played on Christmas Eve, the Texans were penalized 10 times in the ballgame, 6 of them in the first half when Cleveland built a 22-7 lead. They had a season high of 11 penalties last week in the win in Indianapolis. And those are just kind of mental errors there resulting in penalties.
More than anything, in what was a fast track meet field in the first half, has started at almost a standstill here in the second half. But another great punt. It'll be slightly better field position, but not by all that much. So Cleveland's defense with a nice showing on their first opportunity. Now we'll see what Houston's defense can do. They finished that first half incredibly strong with a couple of big 3rd down stops and allowed for that lead to balloon a little bit to the 2 possessions. Cleveland hasn't run the ball a whole lot in this game yet. We'll see if they can go back to the ground here with Ford. Instead, Flacco over the middle. Njoku, a 1st down.
A nice quick read that time by Flacco. Seeing the middle open up again, such a big target, and you know good things happen when he catches the ball. He's not going to ever lose yardage. He's typically going to add on to that catch, and a nice 1st down conversion.
Christian Harris down after the play. 2nd year out of Alabama, 3rd round pick in the 2022 draft, and had a really nice season at that linebacker spot for this Houston defense. Gets up and walks off 100 tackles. And a mainstay for them more than anything. Had the only sack of the game last week in the win and in Indianapolis for the Houston D.
He made tremendous strides from last year to this year, just in every aspect of playing the linebacker position. All of his grades and evaluations went way up.
Fresh set of downs now. Flacco under center. Hunt, good blocking, and Hunt stumbles forward, picks up 7.
Yeah, that's the kind of runs they need. Again, they have not been able to run quite as well as they had in the past, but they still have these guards. I mean, look at that block by the right guard, Teller. For 77, their 2 guards in center are rated about as well as and as high as any at their positions throughout the league. They like to pull those guards. That time Teller led the way.
Hunt had both touchdowns for Cleveland in the first half. He goes to the side. It'll be Ford on the carry on 2nd and 4, and he'll set up 3rd and a short 3 as Will Anderson wrapped him up, bear hugged him, and didn't let him get any further.
Well, the problem for the Browns offense in the first half was when they got 3rd and 6 or more. They were 2 for 2 on 3rd down with short yardage. But when it got to 6 or more, they were 0 for 4. So this is a short yardage third down situation. You can run or throw. So a lot of options here for Kevin Stefanski and Joe Flacco.
3 tight ends in. Hunt, the short down back. Cooper, bottom of your screen. Play clock under 5. Play action. Flacco to the air, gets rid of it. Perfectly there. Amari Cooper, first down.
Yeah, really good job of selling the fake. He fakes that ball in there really well. Cooper again finds a soft spot between 2 defenders. Now there's a corner and a safety that are prepared to double him if the route is deep. He reads that. He sits right down on a curl route in between them. And Flacco sticks the football on him for the first down.
Picks up 15 yards. Cooper's been relatively quiet after the monster game a couple of weeks back in this building. 265 yards en route to a Cleveland win. Play action again. Flacco sets up the screen. Ford goes low to get it. Lets his blockers develop, but not a whole lot there, and a flag comes in as well. Ford's been relatively quiet himself. Has been such a high impact player both on the ground and in the passing game. It looks like this one could be moving backward.
Offense number 55. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
That's the center, Ethan Posick, called for the hold.
Left hand got a hold of that jersey as the defender's trying to make a play back inside on Ford. That's a tough ask for a big offensive lineman to get out there in space and make and hold a block without grabbing a little bit.
Christian Harris back in there for this Houston defense. First down and 20. Flacco dials it up. Short throw to midfield, goes back to David Bell, and Desmond King right there to wrap him up.
Just get a little bit of that yardage back. Grenard kind of hobbling off the field. He was out on the first down play earlier and came in to rush the passer on that play, and now a little gimpy getting to the sideline. Again, these ankle injuries, even if you're good enough to start the game, just one little funky tweak in the game can kind of set you back again.
D'Amico Ryans knew it. He said, of course, anytime you've got an ankle injury, the quote was, it can bite you during the game. He said pain tolerance was going to be key for Grenard. He knew he was tough enough to make it happen and still have an high impact. Flacco, what a ball. David Bell right at the sticks, and they will give him the first down.
Yeah, really nice job by David Bell just getting into this intermediate route here. Watch him get around the linebacker. Flacco trusts that he's going to be there and then sits down and catches the football for the first down. Good execution. And again, David Bell, Kevin Stefanski, Alex Van Pelt told us he's got a bigger role this week. We've got to get him to make some plays. That was a big one right there.
Grenard back to the sideline. First down. Flacco. Pressure comes, gets rid of it. It's picked off. Steven Nelson takes it away, and he's looking to go the other way. Nelson has a convoy down the sideline. Touchdown.
Well, Joe Flacco, as good as he's played, he has thrown 8 interceptions in his 5 starts. They heat the pocket up a little bit. Derek Barnett, number 95, forced it, and Flacco just not able to get enough on that football to throw it away. Couple great blocks. Cashman with a huge block, Stingley with the block at the end, and a pick 6 for Steven Nelson.
First pick 6 of the season for Houston. First touchdown regular season or postseason, the career of Steven Nelson. And he's gotten a good game so far. We knew that the turnovers eventually could play a factor. Cleveland, the most giveaways on the year. Houston, the fewest. And finally, it bites them as Nelson takes advantage.
Well, the play is made by Derek Barnett. Watch the pressure beating the right tackle. I think he might have been able to dump it off to Njoku after the chip. I don't think Joe Flacco was being greedy. I think he was trying to throw the football away and just could not get enough onto it or step into the throw because of the pressure from Barnett. And now that's 9 interceptions for Joe Flacco in his 6 ball games. Browns were the first team in 20 years to make the playoffs by leading the league in turnovers.
Flacco this time a completion. Bell has been someone he's looked at often throughout this game. That one, the 6th catch of the day for David Bell. And that's exactly what you mentioned. First team to do it. The Rams many years ago, 2 decades ago, were the last team to make the playoffs and lead the league in turnovers. But this is the aspect of having the veteran quarterback now. You make the mistake, you come right back on the field, you feel comfortable knowing that he's been down before, he's been behind in games, he's led comeback drives. It's an area that he's comfortable no matter what, even after a mistake. And we'll see how Flacco does respond. Another dump down for Bell. He does make the adjustment, makes the catch, and he will push forward just shy of the first down. Career high in receptions already for Bell as Nelson makes the tackle. Now you've got 3rd down and 1. You're playing from well behind, but you've got a lot of time left here for Flacco to operate. And it feels like they still haven't gotten Amari Cooper as involved as they could. David Njoku's had some big plays, but we've seen him go off with Flacco under center. Instead, they're going to run it with Kareem Hunt to the outside. He won't get there. Anderson, Cashman, Harris, all in the area, and the group tackle to bring down the running back. It's 4th down.
Well, we talked about C.J. Stroud not looking like a rookie on film. Neither does this guy. Watch how heavy-handed he is in the run defense. Takes on the block of Nick Harris, fights it off, and is able to go and make the tackle. Cashman was there to help, but Will Anderson is a beast.
4th and 2. Offense on the field. Play clock under 5. They run it. Flacco dials it up. Picked off again. Christian Harris is going to go. Back-to-back pick sixes. Houston, you have no problem with this defense.
Again, high percentage of zone defense. So here's Harris. His eyes are on the quarterback, and at the last minute, he breaks underneath in front of the intended target, Harrison Bryant. Eyes on the quarterback, time the throw, and another pick 6.
Fair bear in the extra point by C.J. Stroud, D'Amico Ryans, Will Anderson. This blend of youth and experience. And they have just seen a complete turn in this game. It was already heading in Houston's direction. How about back-to-back pick 6s?
Yeah, it's been the thing that has been the only negative on his resume since he started playing this year. This one I think he was trying to throw away, couldn't get enough on it. And then this one on 4th down, he just kind of telegraphed where he was going with the football. And Christian Harris made the play. And somewhere, Nick Saban's watching this and smiling because 2 of his stars, Will Anderson Jr. and Christian Harris, have made some big-time plays.
Flacco, Ford has to get past Cashman, and he does, to get positive yards.
See, here's the problem. Ordinarily, you'd say, okay, maybe we should just let our quarterback catch his breath and lean into the running game. But they don't have a running game today. Only 24 yards in the first half, 7 more yards here in the second half. So they have to just keep chucking it. And Joe Flacco is going to have to do a good job with his eyes of moving defenders.
Flacco again. This time a Joker right through his hands.
Because here's what Houston's going to say right now. Look, we've got a 24-point lead. We are not going to get beat over the top of the defense. So we're going to keep safeties deep, and we will concede some underneath throws. That time it was open, but Njoku dropped the football, and it's 3rd and long again for the Browns.
Gambled on the 4th down. It's one thing to turn it over on downs, the other one to throw a pick six. Now still only down 3 scores in a 24-point game. But they've got to get this first down here. Flacco delivers, got it. Njoku makes up for the drop.
Well, and a good job by Flacco, again, using his eyes. He came out reading the 3 receiver side to the left. He came back to Njoku as an outlet on the other side. But because he was looking left, the safety, the coverage went that way, and he had a hole to throw to on the backside.
It's been more of the same for the first-time Pro Bowler Njoku. Another catch here as he's nearing another 100-yard game. Picks up a couple before King puts him down.
I watched the New York Jet film, and it was like a track meet. Every time he caught the ball, he was running in wide open spaces. He hasn't had as much open green space today other than the one, but still a reliable target.
2nd and 7. Flacco uncorks, low, and dropped. Marquise Goodwin nearly squeezed it, but Nelson continues to make plays to jar it loose.
Well, this was a low throw, and because it was a low throw, Goodwin had to reach down, and as he was trying to pull it into his body, he got hit by Nelson and just couldn't catch the football. If that ball's higher, he can cradle it with his stomach and absorb the hit and keep the completion.
James Hudson, who is in there at right tackle after a bevy of injuries, is going to go off. Leroy Watson, who's in his first year after some practice squad time out of UTSA, is going to have to check in.
Well, again, already down their top 3 tackles. They've been playing with options number 4 and 5. Welcome to the game, number 6.
3rd and 7. Flacco unloads. Oh, what a grab. Goes up high, and Harrison Bryant moves the sticks.
Well, this is a great throw because this is a whiff by the new right tackle. I mean, there is immediate pressure, and there's pressure inside, and Flacco stands in there and delivers a big-time throw on 3rd down.
It was Malik Collins who came in and laid the boom on Flacco. Bryant and Njoku, the 2 leading receivers for Cleveland, the 2 tight ends. This time they set up the screen for Ford. Following his blockers, Ford trying to get away, and Cashman will drag him back. So continuing to move forward on this drive, and this is really what D'Amico Ryans was okay with, the methodical drives by Flacco, as long as they weren't hitting those explosives, and they've limited them at a fairly high clip today.
Well, again, the more you make them run plays and the more you make him throw the football, maybe the more likely he throws one to us, and he's done that twice so far in the ball game.
Flacco, deep drop, deep shot down the middle, and nearly picked again, this time in the direction of Jalen Petrie, but incomplete. Sets up 3rd down.
Petrie was in really good position in coverage on Njoku, just couldn't bring the football in. I think you're 2 down territory again now if you're Cleveland. So if you don't get it all on this play, at least get a completion here.
Kevin Stefanski calls the offense for this team as the head coach. Let's see what he dials up on 3rd and 6. Flacco fading away. It's dropped. Knocked away by Stingley. Put it in the direction of Bryant, and now it's 4th and 6.
Well, again, zone defense, but Stingley is the best corner on this football team. So this is kind of a mismatch. Your best cover guy picking up a backup tight end, and he just comes over the shoulder and makes a beautiful play on the football. It's a good throw, but a better play by Stingley.
Who won AFC Defensive Player of the Month in December. A really strong finish to the season after missing a portion with injury. Makes it 4th down and 6. Cleveland 0 for 1 on 4th down. It resulted in a pick 6 on the last drive. Play clock down to 3.
Looks like Njoku would be open.
Flacco looking to get away. He won't. Christian Harris, the pick 6 on the last drive, and the turnover on downs on the sack here.
Yeah, somehow a mistake. It looks like the right guard, Wyatt Teller, got a little confused because Harris